First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel.
Welcome back to another episode of Tough Love, Truth Hurts. I'm your host, Drew, and today I got a real good topic for us to get into. But before we do that, I need a big favor from y'all. I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button. And I also need y'all to share with a friend. We're a small channel on the come up, and we need every little bit of exposure that we can get. It don't cost you no money to show a little bit of love. I promise y'all it's free. Now that we got that out the way, let's get straight into this topic. We're going to be talking about Neo and all the backlash he's been getting from the LGBTQ community over his most recent comments on Vlad TV about the trans community and how he feels as though children should be off limits when it comes to these types of conversations. I watched the video. I couldn't really find nothing that I felt like was wrong, derogatory, or disrespectful. I didn't see it. Now, we are in a woke time dealing with woke culture where every little thing gets everybody in an uproar. He's just a victim of the times that we in. We're about to break it down so that way we all could be on the same page and y'all can give me y'all opinion down in the comments. So let's go.
Forgotten what the role of a parent is.
Amen.
It's like, okay,
Lost control.
if your little boy comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, and you just let him rock with that, you just let,
Right.
he's 5.
Right. And where did he get that
If
from?
you let this 5-year-old boy decide
Not over here.
to eat candy all day, he's going to do that.
Exactly.
Like, when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves?
Right.
When did that happen?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that.
I don't understand that neither, bro. That was a really good point. Like, you know, when we was all kids, if our parents gave us the option of what we was going to eat every morning, a lot of us would have been saying ice cream and candy and shit. Tootsie Rolls, Jolly Ranchers, motherfucking Chico sticks. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do that make sense? How do it make sense? Kids change their minds so much. Kids not used to making rational decisions on a daily basis. That's just not what a kid does. So I agree with him there 100%.
Let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves.
Right.
When did that happen?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that. I don't get that.
And to medicate these young kids that are 5, 6 growing up and knowing that it affects their brain, it affects their organs, it makes them sick, but they're not allowed to do drugs. They're not allowed to do alcohol.
Right.
But we can medicate
He
them
can't
up.
drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex.
Right. Oh, right. What sex?
So you trying to tell me that we should be letting kids make decisions, right, that's going to affect them for the rest of their lives. The rest of their lives, their entire life will be forever changed off this one decision that they're deciding to make as a little kid. Their brains aren't even fully developed yet. But yet and still we want to pump them full of drugs and cut off body parts. Y'all got to explain that to me. I've seen tons of videos of people who have transitioned, who have went on to regret that decision. They grow up and they realize that they were totally wrong about it. They were going through a phase, or they were lacking understanding of themselves, or they were unhappy about a particular thing, or they maybe had some type of childhood trauma that put them in this position or put them in this mindset to where as though they think that they want to be a different gender or that they were born in the wrong body. Let's keep going.
Orientation, and he can cut off his pee and that, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever.
And I don't know if this is true, but I heard a rumor that they either passed or are trying to pass a law in LA that states if your child comes to you and asks to do some of these things and you say no, they can take your kid from you.
Yeah, that's true.
Ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
Man, ain't no motherfucking way I'm going for nothing like that. So y'all mean to tell me that if your kid come to you and tell you that, hey, mommy, daddy, I know I've been a boy this whole time, I know I've been a girl this whole time, but I'm in the wrong body. You have to then validate those thoughts as an adult, as the parent, and do what? And do what? Move forward with a surgery? No, the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to have a conversation. We're going to have to get some type of understanding of what exactly it is that you're feeling and why are you feeling this way. You understand what I'm trying to say? Maybe we need to go talk to a therapist or a psychiatrist first to draw out some of these thoughts that you have. Also, maybe we need to give this some time because, as I just previously said, a kid can feel one way one day and a whole nother way another time that you talk to them. The kid changes their favorite color on a regular basis. They change their favorite player and favorite cartoon and things that they like to eat versus things that they don't like to eat on an everyday occurrence. So why would a 5, 6, 10, 12-year-old be any different? When we was kids, we all made irrational decisions. I think everybody understand that. So at what point in time did we decide that this was a good idea to let kids decide on? I don't get it. But let's keep going, man.
Just passed in California.
That makes no sense.
They want us to have no control over our children
I don't get it.
in schools,
I don't
in
get it.
hospitals, libraries.
Yeah,
They just want to manipulate. You got to understand when they're so young and they're already that's
Impressionable.
That's right.
Mhm.
And from them, they're going to believe what you say. I mean,
Yeah.
we say Santa Claus is real. You know, the
And they
Easter Bunny.
believe it, like,
right.
come on.
Come on, man. That is a very, very fucking good point, yo. Yo, kids believe in Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, so on and so forth, yo. Like, come on, man. And y'all are trying to indoctrinate these kids at such a young age when they are at their most impressionable. Everybody knows that a child's mind is like a sponge. So what are they doing? They're not bringing in the drag queens and the LGBTQ community and having these speakers come into these classrooms when the kids are, 16, 17, 18. No, they're bringing these people, these individuals into these classrooms when the kids are like 5. They're coming into pre-K classrooms and kindergarten classrooms, first grade classrooms. It makes absolutely no sense when a kid can't even decipher what is actually happening. Once again, their brains aren't even fully developed yet. So why are you parading these things around them that they can't even fully understand? Kids really lack the concept of context. But what are we doing here? But let's finish this clip out, man. I'm sorry, y'all. This shit making me this shit got me tight, yo.
Exactly.
Like, you gotta
They know what they're doing.
remember who you're dealing with. Like I can't take credit for it, but I heard somebody say one time, he's like, all right, if your son comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, ask your son, what is a girl?
That's a good one.
What is he gonna do? He's gonna say, well, he might want to play with dolls. All right, you want to play with dolls, fine, play with dolls.
Right.
But you're a boy
Right.
playing with dolls.
That's
I want to
right.
wear pink. All right, cool, wear pink, but you're a boy
That's right.
wearing pink. No issue.
Real rap. Shit. I remember coming up, I used to wear pink. Cameron made pink cool for a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like every young boy probably went through a phase of where he wore a couple pink shirts. You feel me? A couple pink polos or something like that. You feel me? Nothing too crazy. But the point I'm trying to make is I fully understand what Neo is trying to say right here in this clip, especially this last part. It's like, yo, you have to do a little bit more digging with your children when they come to you with things like this. You got to provide pushback. If your kid comes to you and say they think that a boy comes to you and says that he thinks he's a girl, like Neil just said, ask him, what does he think a girl is? Maybe he just wants to do things that girls do at this point in his life, at this point in his childhood. Kids have huge imaginations. You get what I'm trying to say? So that might not even be a red flag that the little boy wants to play with a doll. Hey, I'd much rather you play with a doll than think that you inside of the wrong body, or if you decide that you want to color with pink or purple or wear pink or purple, like that don't mean that you're a girl. That just means that you like those colors for whatever reason at this particular point in time in your life. The most important thing that I want people to understand about this is that it's really no going back once you start these things. Once you start hormones and cutting off body parts and adding things onto your body, you are changing your body's chemistry. Before they're at a point to even be able to understand exactly how this is going to play out in the future for them, they might change their mind. Like I said, I've seen plenty of clips of trans people being full of regret. And it's one of the saddest things to watch a person, you know, you know, regretting something that they can't undo. They wish that they would have never made that decision. But guess what? They made that decision before they were able to even really make an educated decision about the topic. You feel me? You got some of these parents out here, man. They hear you say that one time, and they're taking you straight to the transitioning doctor. Let's talk about this. Oh, I want to be supportive of my child. How about support your child by providing some type of pushback and parental guidance? Not just being okay and saying okay to everything. That's what we got to stop. That's not what a parent is here to do. When I was growing up, it was stay in the child's place, and I fully understood that concept. Maybe not when I was a child, but when I got older, I did. And that's because I would not be able, or I was not able to understand everything that my parents or my elders were trying to explain to me at the time. I lack the context. I lack the mental capacity to really truly understand some of the things and the importance of some of the things that they were trying to articulate to me. But I was a little boy, but once I grew up, I fully understood it. I fully understood it. And I'm grateful as an adult that I had people in my life who told me, no, you will not do that. That is not acceptable. Be patient. Things change. You feel like this one day, the next day, maybe you won't feel like that. Now, I don't have no experiences of ever feeling like I was a trans person or I was trapped inside of the wrong body. But like I said before, we all been through things where we think the world is crashing in or it's the end of the world, and somebody should be there to remind you that in 2 days you won't even be thinking about this no more as a kid. You'll be on to the next thing. You feel me? So I'm having a hard time with understanding why everybody is so upset with Neo about what he said. What did he really say that was so horrible? Tough love fam, y'all gotta help me out with that. Like, I'm really struggling to grasp that concept. Where do we draw the line? If a motherfucker wake up tomorrow and say that they're a goldfish, we just going for that? We just going for that. Where do it stop? Y'all know what's coming up next, right? Y'all know who gonna want y'all know who gonna want the rights next, right? Sexual rights. Yeah. Begin with a P. And if they come in your neighborhood, they got to get registered. Yeah. They're going to be claiming that that is a sexual preference. You know how some people in the alphabet community say they were born like this and this was not a choice for them? Same concept. Shit, y'all go stream all the Neo greatest hits right now on behalf of Tough Love, Truth Hurts. I'm Drew, and I'm out of here. I love y'all, man.